In this video, we're going to be looking at the bench press. To start, we're going to look at how we set the shoulder blades or the scapula and the correct spine position on the bench with a little bit of arch, but not manipulating to an extreme point. So if Sean turns slightly, when we're on the bench, we need to pull our shoulder blades inwards and down. So he pulls them in and down to set this tight upper back position. So a great cue on the bench is to drive the upper back into the bench as we're pushing the bar away. From there, if he performs a couple of reps, you can see the back position stays tight. What he doesn't do is protract at the top to round the back, abducting the shoulder blades, lengthening the rotator cuff, potentially causing impingement and aggravating the shoulders. So the shoulder blades stay inwards and down. And as you can see, this sets a really nice spine position. So we have a natural curve in the lower spine, and therefore the glutes and the upper back are going to be the 2 points of contact on the bench. That's part of the rules when it comes to powerlifting. Now this allows for some manipulation of the rules because people can overemphasize that arch. And the reason this is beneficial is because if Sean over-exaggerates the arch, it pushes his chest out. Therefore, there's a reduced range of motion, which is always beneficial when trying to maximize the weight lifted. And what it also does is maximizes lat engagement, so that big back muscle. We know that the bench press works the chest, the anterior delts, and the triceps. However, it also works the lats. And this is the reason why a decline bench press is much stronger, because there's more lat engagement pressing through here as we perform that lift. So let's have a look at the overall setup. Sean's at the front of the bench, therefore when he lays back, he's not going to hit his head on the bar. From there, heels are down, they're pulled back, his knees are pushed out to create tension. So he's going to drive through his legs. Just note, when it comes to powerlifting, there are specific techniques that can be used, such as coming up onto the toes, pulling the legs right back to emphasize the arch. From here, his eyes are directly under the bar or slightly behind. The reason we use this cue is because people tend to set up too far behind the bar, and when they're pressing, we often press in a little bit of an inverted J and often hit the J-cups, which we really don't want, especially when working with heavy loads. When it comes to grip placement, we can use the knurling, which is the grippy part of the bar, and the rings as a reference. It's quite common to see people taking an uneven grip, so just be aware of that. So he's going to take a grip of the bar. Now, a conventional grip will leave your forearms perpendicular to the bar at the bottom, which you will see. From here, the barbell is set up at height on the J-cups that he can pull the bar forwards. We don't want to have to press the bar off or reach forwards to take it off. So it's absolutely essential that we set the correct bar height. From this position, Sean can pull on the bar to pull his shoulder blades inwards and down. And as you can see, he almost picks himself up and it exaggerates the arch. So we've still got the glutes down, we've got the upper back, and we've got the feet driving through the floor. From this position, a spotter can assist, pulling the bar forwards with the lifter. Then they'll say, your bar, to denote it's his bar, he's under the load. So I'll show that now. Your bar. Make sure at this point the lifter holds it for a second. You don't want to pull the bar off and go straight down. Let your chest know it's under load. From there, the barbell's over the highest point of the chest, so it's the lower chest, but that's the highest point. He lowers the barbell down, touches the chest, and presses up. If there was chalk on the bar, there'd be one single line across the chest. We don't want to see the bar hitting different points of the chest every time. So let's have a look at a couple of reps. From there, spotter can pull the bar in and bring it back. Obviously, when working with heavier loads, the spotter can be much more ready to grab the barbell if needed. Just note, even a finger on the bar takes away load. So if you touch the bar with your fingers, they've not lifted it fully. If you're in this position on the bar, they've definitely not lifted the full weight. So be ready. However, don't touch the bar until it's really necessary.